Good afternoon, everyone. Shall we start the session? Because our uh, resourceful resource person, Dr. Shimuli ma'am, has joined with us. So let's start the function. Stella, who is ready there? Stella,
Yes, ma'am.
who is ready there to introduce Shimuli ma'am?
Kanmalan ma'am.
Okay, ask her to come.
Okay. Ma'am, madam,
Yes, yes, Kanmala. Just a minute.
madam, sound கேட்கல madam எனக்கு.
Shimuli ma'am, shall we start? Shimuli ma'am?
We can start. Yes, we can start. Hi.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Good afternoon.
Good,
Can you keep me and
good afternoon, ma'am.
good afternoon?
Kanmala?
Okay, I may have to present. I do have this presentation, so
Yeah, ma'am, but a formal introduction is going to be there now.
okay, can
Okay.
please.
Kanmala.
Good afternoon to me, Sona, to present today. It will be pleasure to extend very warm welcome to Dr. Sunil E. John, Humanity Department of University, College of Bahrain. He is well-known social worker, female activist of the Kingdom of Bahrain. He is an Indian Army. He is a writer, poet, and an educationalist. He working under the Higher Education Council of Bahrain for the past 15 years. Once again, I welcome you.
Thank you, Vimala. Ma'am, over to you.
Oh, thank you, Doctor. Me, the conference director.
Okay, ma'am.
The principal, the father is on Sundar Kumar, Dr. Rajeshwari, Dr. Vijay Lakshmi. Um, I know that this is in a collaboration with in-use education and college Madhuri Shivakotai, Nada, Pioneer Meenakshi Women's College. Thank you, Nanaki, for that wonderful introduction. And I might like to thank Kalyani, who is like my sister, who actually introduced me to this team. And it's such a pleasure in this afternoon meeting you all. It's, I think it is like 2 over there, and we are having like 11:30 right here. It's a warm wishes and blessings and love from here, from the Kingdom of Bahrain. I am working in the University College of Bahrain. So it's nice meeting you all. I hope my voice is clear. I hope that you can see me well. May I know this?
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you. So shall I would like, in fact, we would be talking about, um, yeah, I'm going to share my screen. I hope that, I wish to share a window of this presentation, and I hope that you can see me as well. Is it that? Like you can see?
Yeah, ma'am. Visible.
My screen also is seen, like my presentation.
Yeah, ma'am. Both are visible.
Okay, thank you so much. So as we are in like during this situation, we could overcome. I like, understandably, let me know. I know I have to speak in Tamil also maybe. I can use if I'm not very clear on my words and my voice is not clear. Let me know that too. இந்த மாதிரி இங்கிலீஷ்ல ஓகேனா அது கொஞ்சம் தெரிஞ்ச நல்லது.
Ma'am, pardon?
Hello?
Ma'am, pardon?
My English is understandable, right? My language is okay with everybody who is attending now. Like,
Yeah, ma'am,
I would like to
definitely.
hear Kavya, Shamila, Sahaya. Oh, nice name, Sahaya. And Anbu, I can see quite a lot today. Nice meeting all today afternoon. Okay, there are some disturbances in the voice. Sorry for that. So, you have organized, decided to organize. Can you please mute other people? Maybe that's the reason that's an echo here. Can you ask everybody to be muted so that, I think it's clearer a bit. I hope. Yeah, okay, fine. So, Nama in the COVID and the disastrous situation we could overcome. We have shifted to online, and suddenly we could adapt to the changes which happened in our life unexpectedly. And the madri we never expected, like during this technological world, നമ്മൾ இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு problem அது வரும் அந்த மாதிரி நம்ம நினைச்சதே இல்லை. So human adaptability and leadership skills and crisis management, this is where I have to talk. I'm coming to the point. In fact, we are talking about entrepreneurs, especially women. And my topic is like the challenges of female entrepreneurs. And when I say challenges, I'm not a person who is always worried about challenges and this. I'm personally a human being who is like always like, let us have challenges so that you overcome, you can get rid of those challenges and you feel like, excited about you and you are happy about it. This is how I deal challenges and risks. And I'm in the இப்போ அது என்ன மென்ஷன் பண்ணணும் COVID இந்த மாதிரி now we are like facing a war which is quite unwanted, which is not acceptable. நமக்கு தெரியும் அது கூட இந்த மாதிரி problemsல we maybe for a second we may panic, maybe for a second we may like get stunned, but human beings have the ability. This is what time has proved so far. In the era, in the 20th century, we faced the most disastrous pandemic ever. And then we found normal people in every part of the world, even India. Everybody, even though we panicked for a moment, maybe few days, 2-3 days, and we started finding solutions and we could overcome. Maybe this I need to relate with all the leadership abilities of human beings, especially women, as we have this topic right here, as leadership, crisis management, taking challenges. These are like would be boosting human abilities. These are the skills that are already there in everybody, and only thing is that we need to realize, we need to understand, and we have to use it. And this is the right example that we just could finish, or we're still in and we know how to manage it. So that would be our note, the thought of the day, that we can overcome, we can find solutions, we can face challenges. That is required in any entrepreneurship or leadership skills. So leadership is not like inborn, but in fact we have this impression that leadership, to become a leader, that would be possible for only few people. In the மாதிரி ஒரு thought நாம இருந்து, like leadership is to be for some people, and I'm not a leader. Actually, I hope everybody can understand me anyhow. Actually, leadership can be learned. Leadership is to be imbibed. Leadership is to be acquired. Previously, our thoughts were like leadership. Now, some people can only be a leader. I'm not for leadership. I'm not the right person to be a leader. But let me tell you, leadership can be learned. Leadership can be acquired. So, in my opinion, other than this political leaders, when it comes to career, in my opinion, somebody who is taking the challenge and risk of entrepreneurship, like business people, somebody who's stepping into a business, investing money on that, that would be, I would say, that's a most appreciable leadership, than becoming a part of an organization. You own an organization. That's an amazing leadership is required, and that is one of the best leadership, exhibition, I would say. This is what I have in my mind. I hope that you agree with this. Can I have some chats here so that I know that you're maybe not talking to me, but at least responding.
Yeah, ma'am. Students and participants are there, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. So I hope that my voice is clear, my words are clear. I hope that they can understand what I meant to say. I wish.
Everything is perfect.
Okay. Thank you so much. Yeah. So now I may have to talk about just a definition of women entrepreneurs. Like we could say that a female entrepreneur could be a woman or a group of women, those who start, and initiate. In fact, you need to initiate, take that challenge of starting a business. Organize and run any business concern can be known as a women entrepreneur. Like a woman entrepreneur could be in small scale industries, large scale industries, whatever. Somebody who is initiating a business, running a business. In fact, government of India has got this definition to say that a woman who is having an investment of 51% and who is getting return out of a business which is 51%, almost like more than the half, right? If you invest, if you have the capital of 51% and if you are gaining from your business of 51%, can be named as a female entrepreneur. In fact, I am in a country which is an Islamic country. You might have heard about the Gulf countries where you think that women are like restricted, women are under this Islamic beliefs. But I belong to a country where there are so many female entrepreneurs. There are so many female, business women in this country because even though they belong to this Islamic beliefs and they like to. And when I have my students, when I talk to them, they would always say, I like to start a business. They know that it's challenging, but they enjoy those challenges and they feel like satisfied and reaching the leadership, the top level of leadership. So there are other definitions also, like you need to have innovation, you have to participate in employing people. Let me tell you, like, why when you have a business, when you start any business, even if it's a small shop, there is one more thing other than being innovative, other than being challenging, other than a person who is a leader. You're getting an opportunity to, in fact, employ others. That's an exquisite idea. അതൊരു പെരിയ വിഷയം and the if we can give jobs to other people. If it is a small shop that you are employing 2 women or 2 men, and then you are the boss for this. It's not exactly to say in the time when the boss and the domination, that is not possible. And we cannot get employee satisfaction on the mother boss and the film mother and to own a business is like you're giving employment to the other people. That is, that's an elite, that is an exquisite and elegant feel, Okay, so, let me come here. So we are, in fact, in this talk, I would be like talking about challenges of female entrepreneurs. What are the problems and the questions in front of them? In fact, I'm not saying that these are challenges and you have to worry about it. In fact, we are trying to know the challenges so that we know how to solve it. I told you that I'm a person who would be like, I like to have challenges so that I know how to solve it. I know better how to solve it. So into business, into any sort of entrepreneurship is to know the challenges and then find your own ways of overcoming those challenges. So that's the ultimate of this talk. So when you look at the qualities of female business people, I hope that the students also are like the boys may also agree on this. Like these are the qualities to be there, and these are the real qualities of female entrepreneurs, business women. They are ready to accept challenges. They are very ambitious, you know. Females, you may find that they don't stop when they have something. They have the urge, അവർക്ക് അവളോ ഒരു desire to reach and to gain and to expand, you know. When you have started deciding, when you think that I have to do this a business, then they will try. They are very ambitious, and maybe Dr. Vijay Lakshmi and all the other people, the females also there, the doctors was attending would say, would they know already, and they will agree with me if I say that females are hard workers. Every time, if you trust or if you believe in a woman, she would be doing everything like hard work is the result of your trust on a woman. Even if it is at work, even if it is at business, even if it is at social work, a female would be like doing all the hard work and putting all the effort so that, you know, she wants to prove that she is very competent. She always does that. I hope all my dear faculty members would agree on this. And the female, you know, when you look at the quality of any female entrepreneur, they have high patience. We know that when you look at women, exceptions would be there, maybe in the families, when you look at the surrounding community, நமக்கு நல்லா தெரியும் the females and the women and அவ்வளோ ஒரு patience இருக்கு. You know, they won't be short-tempered, anger, they know how to manage their anger because they are through the stages of family, from one house to another after marriage. A lot of stages are there in the life of a female, which may train her to be highly patient, you know. That's a biggest quality into business. And they are motivated, adventurous. Maybe they try a lot of new ventures in their life. Very conscious, you know, very keen and very careful, educated and intelligent. So these are the qualities of female entrepreneurs globally. I would say that this is there in most of the famous business women in the world. So if I am deciding to be a female entrepreneur, in fact, I'm working under a management, but all the time there is a dream to become the manager. That's already there in my mind, even though I'm the head of a department. I wish to own a college or an institution. That would be there, like an ultimate goal in anybody's mind, you know. So when you look at the functions of a female entrepreneur, what are the functions to be there in any entrepreneur? It's not only essentially for a female, it should be to anybody. The core function that when you decide to be into business, into this type of competitive world, into this global situation where everything is globally copied and pasted and diffused, you know, the culture and the shops and the innovation and the thoughts, inventions, everything is now global, right? It's a world. It's not only our location. We can't focus something only for Madras. It's not possible. Not possible. Like namakku ella in the globe, in the world is open to everybody. So in that you are innovative, you have a very new idea. That's very important for you. Something that is unique, something that is special. That is their innovation. And along with that innovation, you have this planning is very important. Organizing is very important. And a major part of a leader would be the decision maker. The one who can take decisions at the right time, and the one who may not be regretful on the decisions, you know, and the risk bearing. Any business, this is why people, those who can take risks, may go for businesses. Usually people, those who are like passive, people, those who are not very confident they always say that, oh, I don't want to be in business, it's a lot of risk. They would always say that. So a business is like you spend money, you invest money, you take a lot of risk in the decision. Also, maybe it is a risk, but you're ready to bear the risk. And if you fail, also, you don't mind. Um, okay, 1 second. Okay, I'm doing a keynote speaking international. Okay, so the challenges of problems of female entrepreneurs. Yeah, I had a colleague out here, that's why. So sorry for that. So now we need to, so I told you these are there for everybody, not really for females, not really for, I mean, it's not really for women, it's for the men also. Like we need to be innovative, we need to plan, we have to be organized, we should be very good decision makers, and we are ready to for this. So now when you come across with, we are talking about like what are the challenges of this part of leadership when you are deciding to become a female entrepreneur. There are some general problems, there are like very special problems only for women. These problems are for all the business people, those who decide to be in the business. Like the problem of raw material, like how to get this, the supplying of the raw material, up to date and accurate, the amount of raw material, that's always a problem. Like if you are buying from China, the shipping issues, if you are thinking about raw material, which is the best quality, the amount for that, the investment, all that, that's a real problem for anybody. It's not only for females, that is there for everybody. And then we have this marketing problem. For me, I think the marketing problem is not a problem. Like you need to segment your market, you need to identify your customers, consumers, and then social media, right? It's there for the marketing. Nowadays, marketing is very again in the social media. If you have a very special content, then your marketing may work. So that is another problem. Then we have this problem that's a common problem for everybody in the business, that's a finance, it's a money problem. Then we might think about the infrastructure. If it's a factory, if it's a shop, if it is the office that you start an institute, you need to have the infrastructure, the building, and all the other equipment that's required. And then there is a stiff competition, as I already mentioned in the beginning. Like we are into a world, we are into an international business. Not only we cannot be confined, even if in your locality, in the college space, everybody knows everything. Like they are very much open to the world. If you start anything, like if you copy from somebody, if you have, if you copy the theme or the item, whatever, everybody knows that's open to everyone. So there is a stiff competition. There are lots of varieties. Not like the 20th century. We are into an era where competition is high. In that, how do you manage to become innovative and different? That's a major part. So now the problems which are specific for any business women, those who are into business, would be like, until now, sadly, till now, at this point of time, I hope that you all agree with that. We are still in a male-dominating society. Agree?
Yes, ma'am.
We are still, open to a male-dominating.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, we agree.
Yeah, we are into this male-dominating society. That is one major constraint that we have to become equal. In fact, when I'm saying here, we do have people, those who are, attending without any gender bias. I would say that we need to have an equal society, not female dominated, either male dominated. We want to be equal. That's the only, that is the only ambition. That would be the goal. That is the desire in every female's mind. Even if I'm a working person, I wish to see an equality in the society. And the lack of business information. So a female, those who would be entering into business may not get a lot of information regarding business because maybe from family, if the family owns some businesses, she may not be part of it usually. நான் அந்த மாதிரி பொண்ணுங்களை பிஸ்னஸ்ல இன்வால்வ் பண்ண மாட்டான், நம்ம டிஸ்கஸ் பண்ண மாட்டான். We don't discuss about business with the girls. So அவருக்கு ஒரு business information is not too high in the female. But I'm just saying that you can gain it. You know, if you're interested in the business, you will get it. Don't worry. And then usually நம்ம இது சொல்லுவோம், females are not experts in risk taking, and if you have decided to be a business person, you need to know that that is one of the biggest quality. Risk taking. You take this risk. You fail or not, you win. You don't mind. You're ready to do this. Lack of education. Okay, that is another part. Maybe it is related to accounting, maybe related to banking. You know, we may have to explore a lot of things when you're in business. And then another major part, I would ignore, I may not consider in other problems like business information. We can get in stories and these days quite a lot. Risk taking. You decide if you're confident you can do it. Education. To be educated, not essentially everybody will have to be MBA in business management to become a business person. No need. And I may ignore all this, but I would say a male-dominating society and the family problems. The family is one of the biggest responsibilities of a girl and a woman. So if she's married, everything is on her, like the education, the cooking, the cleaning, and the emotional management. Quite a lot of responsibilities. About this, if she can overcome those problems and fully concentrate, maintain those problems, or not only getting rid of it, like you need to solve that family, allow the family if she can go for a business. Amazing. And these are the two things that we may have to focus on. Maintain the family, solve the issues over there, and solve your problems in the business. It's not any huge challenging issue. Anybody can do this if you are determined. So now here to overcome the general issues, like we have the finance cells, like microfinancing, there are loans from the banks. We will talk about, India, how we can go for any business, like what are the supports from the government. And then we have the marketing cooperatives. We know the social media. You would be expert in utilizing all the venues of social media, which is free, or maybe for a minimum cost you can manage this marketing, supply of the raw materials, education and awareness, and training facilities. So these are the ways that you can overcome the problems, like raw materials have to be supplied, find the right supplier, and then you are aware and educated on what you're doing. You read a lot, you talk to people, and then the training facilities. If you are ready to go for a training, okay, do it. So there are two fostering factors. Like, when a woman, it's not essentially about a woman. It's always about a man too. Like when you start a business, you may need these fostering needs. Like in a woman who is ending up with a business, may need motivation, and then she may need facilitation. So these are the two extents that may have to be fulfilled when you decide to be in a business, into a very important position. If you are becoming a political leader, anywhere, it's not only about a woman. Anybody would need, I guess, this motivation and facilitation. Let me talk about that. Motivational needs are economic necessity, like support for financial requirements. I would rather say that if I am into business, if I decide to be a business person, I need this freedom. I need independence. I don't want somebody to look into and advise me all the time. I can't manage it. I need the freedom. I'm ready to take risks. I need to take decisions. I know how to do that. I need that independence. And then qualification, and then family occupations, and maybe further motivation. We may need success stories of friends and relatives. I don't essentially look at these points. I don't mind about all this. I would say that you have to get this freedom of decision making, and you can do it. Then the facilitating need is like financial facilities, we'll talk about this bank services and all. Then we will need people, those who are skilled at work, right? And then we training programs, and then yes, we need the support of the family. Yeah, training programs, and maybe one of the biggest challenges if you're looking for very huge, you can always think high and look forward for big dreams. In those, we may need like skilled people to work, right? We always we would say that a business. Many of the people would say that the success of my story is always the people those who have been with me. So we need to have very good people at work. I've seen a lot of businesses collapsing, declining because the people those who are working are not very good, you know. That would be one challenge. And then if you are into some real business, which is huge business, maybe we need a training support. Maybe you have a software introducing a new one, and then you have to give the training for all the people in your company. You own this company. It's about a small scale business also, maybe sometimes, you know, to motivate the workers in with us. Maybe we have to have training programs. I hope that you are listening to me.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, dear. Thank you for that. So we have this, you know, in fact, I'm not into this. I've never tried to any support from the government. But these are what we have at present in India. In fact, I hope that, you know, maybe from all the people who are listening, in between I do this, when I talk, because maybe Kavya or anybody from here, Nancy, could be Sahaya, somebody from here may think of starting a business or maybe owning a business. Maybe they do. For that case, I thought like let me look at what do we have in India. You can go for this and you may utilize this. So that's the reason. In fact, I haven't tried or tried to get support from these places. I might do. I told you that always there is a dream of becoming a business successful woman is there in my mind. So Mahila Vikas Niti is a cumulative support which has got 80.4 million sanctioned in the year 2001. It has training programs and maybe training for semi-culture, swimming, weaving, rope training, handle. So if you think about any of these type of businesses, you can utilize the support of Mahila Vikas Niti. Support, you can send your workers for training programs and all from this special center. And then we have the DICs, District Industry Center. So that would also be supportive in a way that they are arranging lectures and seminars and give some talks from technical institutes so that it is highly encouraged to become business entrepreneurs. Then we have Rashtriya Mahila Kosh. It's a window to support financially supportive with microfinance organizations and women self-help SHGs, self-help groups to augment their capacity through multi-pronged efforts. So, you can get this financial support from Rashtriya. That means Kendriya Mahila Kosh. That is there. As for small scale industries, you will get financial loan and stuff. The government of India has training programs with schemes for self-employment for women, which is coming under STEP and PWCRA. There are so many programs focusing for women in India in order to make sure that women are coming to the forefront. And we do have these associations where if you are an entrepreneur, before that, in the world of business, the people who are more successful are those who are doing what they love. Yeah, if you love to be a business person, if you love to be this leader, go for it, okay? So there are associations like FLO, WAWE, SEWW, these are entrepreneur groups and associations where you get a lot of motivation and support and trainings, and you can utilize all this if you decide to be one. And then we have this FLO. It also has got meetings and discussions on various challenges and how to overcome and how to be successful entrepreneurs. This is the World Association for Female Entrepreneur. It also has conferences for women to become successful and achievers, accomplishers. And I had to look at this, to know when I thought of talking about this to me, see, like, this is very inspiring after all. But other day I was looking at the people those are working, and you look at it, it's only 34% when you look at the total female participation in employment in India. This is even though the women are highly educated in almost all the areas, maybe in some areas may not be, like as we know, Tamil Nadu, Kerala. In these places, we will find female education level would be higher to that of male, but there are females who are highly qualified and not working. That's so devastating. I would say that I would rather like to tell you that what I like the most about me, I know that Dr. Vijay Lakshmi or Kalyani, everybody would agree with this. People those who are working may know. I don't know who else would be in the teachers here. I think, yeah. So they know. And for me, the biggest achievement in my life is like financial independence. I can claim this. What I enjoy in my life is that I'm financially independent. I earn money, I can spend this money, and I'm respected because I'm an earning member of the family. So this could be there in everybody's, அது கொஞ்சம் தெரிஞ்சிட்டு அதை உள்ளே வச்சிருங்க. Those who are listening, the students. Girls, this is very depressing. எனக்கு நல்லா தெரியும் இந்த கேரளாவில், தமிழ்நாடுல, all the girls are highly qualified and they get this education because our government and we have flexible, very flexible and encouraging systems in the government, right? Education in the education sector. It's easy for us to go to colleges and get a degree or PG. Tamil Nadu, I think most of the women, am I right, doctor? Mostly, when you see the women in Tamil Nadu, now, maybe the new generation, I would say, in this present century people, they're all like postgraduates, most of them. Even all the qualified girls, they may not work, And I have to say that earning money and financially independent would be the biggest and the beauty. I would say that this is what I like about me. This is what I enjoy in my life. I'm financially independent, I earn money, I can have anything. Like, I don't have to depend on somebody so that I will be like abused, maybe. So this is what you have to think about the female entrepreneurs altogether. There are these many percentage, like 30.36% of female are there in business in Tamil Nadu. Kerala, it is 38.91. But I wish that it comes to 60 and above in all these areas, okay? In the world, it's not very appealing, it's not very encouraging. We have like Asia, 47%. In Indonesia and a lot of women are into business. So this is Latin American, Caribbean units, you will find 50%. So we wish that South Asia is only 18%. So these are the globally business statistics. We have amazing women. There are top 10 women entrepreneurs in India. And I'm going to talk about few like Shehnaz Hussain. Do you know who is Shehnaz Hussain? Very famous, world-renowned woman. Even in Bahrain, you will go to a beauty parlor and you would get this. Do you know Shehnaz Hussain? Okay, Shehnaz Hussain is the queen of beauty. She is one of the world's famous beauty producer, almost like 400 products and in around the globe from USA to Asia. One of the successful female leader in our country. This woman, oh my God, she's very, very important. Indira Nui, who is the CEO of the PepsiCo. And then I have this Chanda Kochar. She wanted to become an IAS officer. She joined ICICI and a management training. And she received Padma Bhushan, one of the biggest acclaim to women. We have Geet Pra. She has a music studio and she has the branches of the studio nationally and internationally, inviting a lot of female singers into music production. And this is very interesting about Mithali Kalra. She spent a year in working in Singapore and Dubai, and then she started like healthy business idea, health food cafes in India. Now she is like she pumped 40 lakh from her personal saving, and her company name is Sao Foods Private Limited. A major businesswoman of Sao Foods, Mithali Kalra. So she has a smart kitchen. This is all about food, and now it is very famous, and her business is one of the biggest now. So these are the key points to be there in your mind. Do not be afraid to fail. All the time you may have to get a feedback. Try to keep learning, and then you ultimately become an expert in whatever you do. If you think of something that this is your right, you should ask for it. If it is from family, government, any organizations, you think that you need it, you have to ask for it. Don't mingle with a lot of negative people. You expand your network. Use your social media, use your friends, use your acquaintances more and more and more. For a business, it's very important. Always think high, big plans. And support other people, don't be alone. If you are a very supportive person, everybody will be there for you. And be confident. So these are the points to be noted. And these are the challenges that are to be there in your mind to become the most successful woman leader, in this world. I think this is the end of what I had to talk. Do you have any questions? Let me hear from you right now.
Dear participants, if you have any question, you can raise.
Yeah. You can ask me anything about my work or my place or whatever. Do we have anything like ഞാനത് മാതിരി ഒരു ഇംഗ്ലീഷിലെ പേജ് കുഴപ്പിച്ചിട്ട് அந்த மாதிரி பார்த்துருக்கேன். I hope you could understand whatever I discussed. தமிழ் பேசினால் நான் நினைச்சிட்டு இருந்தேன் vocabulary may not be that good in Tamil, even though I understand. So if you எனக்கு எந்த கொஸ்டின் இருந்தாலும் you can ask me in Tamil, that's fine. I can understand. Any question do you have? Do you have, Shweta?
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, you're looking so beautiful, first of all.
Thank you.
And your message is so informative, ma'am. Really, I'm very pleased to hear your words. So informative messages.
Thank you, darling.
How to be a leader to come forward to start a business
and how to balance our life, everything, your message, each and every information is so informative and innovative. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you so much for the kind words, Sahaya. I love your name a lot, you know. It's a beautiful name.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Jay. Do we anybody else? Okay, ma'am. Okay.
Any other questions from ma'am? Okay, good. Any presenters are ready to present your paper now? Anybody else? Those who have left in the morning? Shanmugavalli ma'am? Jayabharati ma'am?
Ma'am, yes, ma'am.
Are you ready to present now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, please.
Ma'am, shall I share the screen, ma'am?
Sure, ma'am.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Ma'am,
Good afternoon. Proceed. You can proceed, ma'am.
good afternoon, ma'am. My title, Performance Evaluation of Export-Import Bank of India in Shaping India's Foreign Trade. The Exim Bank of India structure came to existence after a long debate of almost 2 decades on the need for a specialized export credit agency and the role of international trade in the economic development of the nation. The motive of the study is to evaluate the overall performance of Exim Bank of India. During the last 11 years, in terms of finance and facilitating international trade of India. Objectives. The objective of the study is to analyze the growth of Exim Bank of India since its inception and its role in the Indian economy. Also, it will give a large overview of the bank in terms of progress, ongoing operations, and its significance in the international trade of India. Methodology. The financial data were collected from secondary sources for the past 11 years from 2010 to 2011. The data comprise various reports related to exports and the annual reports of the Export-Import Bank of India. Conclusion from this study, it is observed that there is a positive and progressive relationship between India's foreign trade and loan portfolio, guarantees portfolio, paid-up capital, and borrowings, which the bank has to strengthen to attain its sustainable goals. The study concludes that to establish an Indian market player in global trade, Exim Bank of India needs to empower Indian manufacturers with enough finance to compete with the global market players. Ma'am?
Okay, ma'am.
Ma'am?
Ma'am, I'm hearing. Is it over? presentation is over, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good. Anybody else is waiting? Anybody else? Okay, good. Simili ma'am, shall we wind up the session with your permission? Simili ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sure.
Shall we wind up the session, ma'am?
Yes, please.
Thank you. So, without saying a word of thanks, everything is not possible in the world. So, on my own behalf and behalf of our institutions, I, Dr. Vijayalakshmi, would like to convey the thanks in this auspicious conference. I, Vijayalakshmi, on behalf of Vidya College, Ananda College, Madurai Sivakasi Nadar, Pioneer Meenakshi College, and the entire fraternity of the institutions, first of all, I extend my sincere thanks to Almighty God for making today's conference a resounding success. With His blessings and grace, we are able to make this conference what it was. I convey my heartfelt thanks to the principals of three colleges, Vidya College, Ananda College, Madurai Sivakasi Nadar College, and the staff members for their enormous support to conclude the conference successfully. Really, it has been such an honor to be a part of the wonderful occasion because our guests, Dr. Satish Kumar, Dr. P. Shimuli P. John ma'am, Dr. Shubha ma'am, Dr. B. Lata Lavanya ma'am, made the day colorful and gloom. All your thoughts have truly inspired us. A very special thanks to all the distinguished dignitaries for sparing their precious time with us. I thank Dr. Netra ma'am for her immense support and guidance. Heartfelt thanks to all the staff members of three colleges for their effort and love into making the conference a successful one. A wide round applause and thanks to all the participants who made the conference a meaningful one. I would be failing in my duty if I didn't thank my student friends who have made this day possible. I would like to thank each and every one of you for being here and making this day a wonderful and memorable for our dear and near. Thank you once again. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Doctor, for this opportunity and to meet all of these wonderful people here.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Let's observe the national anthem to conclude this conference.
जन गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उज्जल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगल दायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे
Thank you all.
Thank you. Bye. Bye.
Bye, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.